What's up, guys? Knicks Daily here back, and today we're going to be talking about what should the Knicks do with Mitchell Robinson and Cam Reddish. But before we do that, I need you guys to do three things. One, like the video. Two, subscribe if you're new. And three, follow me on Instagram. I will follow you all back. All right, let's get into today's video. So Mitchell Robinson just turned 24 years old, and to me, the Knicks should absolutely bring him back at the right price. I'm not saying we need to give Mitch a bag because we've got Sims and Noel, but at the same time, we can't afford to lose Mitch. I mean, he's got defensive player of the year type of talent. He can catch lobs. He improved a lot in the pick and roll. It's just an overall defender. And even though we have Sims, he's obviously not ready to start. And then Nerlens Noel can't stay healthy. Like, they're good players, but they're not Mitchell Robinson. And sure, Mitchell Robinson's a traditional center. He lacks offensive range, which hurts the Knicks because RJ Barrett and Julius Randle do pretty much their best work inside of the painted area, or at least inside of the arc. Maybe not the paint, but inside of the three-point line. I mean, Randle was definitely a pretty good shooter this season from the outside, but I mean, Julius Randle's best part of his game isn't shooting the three ball. And we know RJ Barrett is better going downhill. RJ is going to be a great player. But the thing about Mitchell Robinson returning to the Knicks that a lot of people don't understand is, I mean, the Knicks defense ranks 11th right now. It finished 11th. It was 4th if you take a look at since March. I mean, they were just fantastic. In March specifically, they were elite as it gets. We really can't afford to lose Mitch's rim protection because, I mean, Julius Randle needs a big man center that's athletic next to him, at least in my opinion. I feel like most Knicks fans would agree on that. And also, if we do lose Mitch, I mean, we'd have to give Randle a lot more minutes at center, and we'd have to give Obi Toppin more minutes at center. I'm not saying they would be centers, but they're gonna have to play minutes, and we already saw those guys play minutes at center, so it wouldn't be anything new. But I mean, the fact that Mitchell Robinson is so good defensively, he just turned 24. He obviously wants to be in New York. It just makes all the sense in the world. I've always been a big fan of Mitch since we drafted him in the second round. He's got just loads of potential. And I can't wait to see what's next for him. Get him paid, get this new contract, and let's run it back because the Knicks definitely have a lot of young talent, and Mitchell Robinson is certainly a part of that. But honestly, like, the thing that I want to talk to you guys the most about is Cam Reddish. I'm one of the biggest Cam Reddish fans you'll find on YouTube. I've loved Cam Reddish for years now. When he was traded to the Knicks, I wasn't even running Knicks Daily, but I got on a video on my main and just was so happy that the Knicks made the move. I mean, the Knicks definitely need help on offense. The only consistent scorer that this team has currently is RJ Barrett. Sure, Emmanuel Quigley and Obi Toppin can put the ball in the hoop, but not consistently. They haven't done it. I mean, you could even argue RJ isn't the most consistent. I mean, RJ can score, but he's not the most efficient player by any means. So we definitely need help offensively. And again, I'm not asking for you guys to be like, let's throw Cam into the starting lineup, although I want to do that. But the worst case scenario, we bring Cam Reddish back, get him paid as well, and he comes off the bench. And I know you're going to pull up the stats and be like, oh, well, Cam played in 15 games for us and averaged 6.1 points in 14.4 minutes. Well, yeah, but one, he was dealing with a back injury, and two, Coach Thibodeau didn't even want him here. Like, Coach Thibodeau literally said that he didn't want the Knicks to trade for Cam Reddish, or maybe he didn't say it, but there was a report, that like a confirmed report that said that. And, like, again, Cam was not even playing in some games, and that's why it came out. It's just inexcusable. Like, the Knicks should be letting go of Julius Randle, letting go of Coach Tibb, and just giving these young guys a chance. Like, the Knicks are going to go crazy next season. They're not going to probably make a championship run, but, I mean, a starting lineup right now of Emmanuel Quigley, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson, I mean, that is must-see TV. That's a reason to go to a Knicks game. There hasn't been many reasons to go to a Knicks game the past couple of seasons. I know last season, obviously overachieving, led by Julius Randle, but still, I mean, Julius Randle had a very good season, second-team All-NBA. Last season was bad. I mean, sure, maybe he does deserve another chance, but I just don't really want Julius Randle a part of the Knicks because he's such like a slow player. And the Knicks need to be pushing the pace. Like, Cam Reddish can run. He's only 22, by the way. He won't be 23 until September. Mitchell Robinson's as athletic as it gets as a 7-footer. Emmanuel Quigley and Obi Toppin. What's popping? I mean, these guys are going to be pushing the pace and just running teams off the floor. Again, we're a couple of years away. But, I mean, Mitchell Robinson just has to go. Not Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle. Mitchell Robinson needs to come back, bro. Come back, Mitch. Don't leave us. We need you. We need your rim protection and ability to catch lobs. But, yeah, outside of that, I mean, that's pretty much the video. Once again, guys, just drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I post every single day on the Knicks. I can't wait to see what's next. I can't wait to see what happens in the draft. Do you guys think that the Knicks should try to trade up and maybe try to get, like, Ivy, or do you think they should just take the 11th pick or whatever? They've got a high chance to get that and sign Tyus Jones. Either way, I don't really care what the Knicks do, but as long as they don't bring in Jalen Brunson for like 25 million a year. I mean, why would you pay a non-All-Star player 25 million a year? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, he would help us and get us to the playoffs, but remember, the Knicks aren't. We're not trying to make the playoffs. We're trying to win a championship, and we're not winning a championship thanks to Jalen Brunson, bro. Like the only way we're gonna win a championship is if we hit the draft well, continue to develop the young guys, and then make moves in a couple of years. Like the Knicks should not be making a big move. Like Tyus Jones re-signing Mitch and Cam and just hitting the draft and developing these players. I mean, that's what's going to do it for the Knicks. It's not going to be making a splash in free agency. And I'm glad that most Knicks fans agree with that because I think Knicks fans get a bad reputation. Like, I mean, sure, the Knicks haven't really drafted players and developed them. And, like, I can't even remember the last time they did that. Like, it's been very bad. But the new management, obviously, and things are changing for the better. I mean, I want to see what these kids can do. I'm talking about Manuel Quickly and Obi Toppin because we drafted them for a reason. Obviously, we had some like Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox didn't work out. I hated the Kevin Knox draft, man. I'm not even kidding. I wanted Michael Porter Jr. so bad, and I know he can't stay healthy. But again, like I was so livid. I was oh my god, bro. I was literally like done with the Knicks when they did that. And obviously, I don't remember how I felt about the Frank pick. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I thought Frank's defense would be really good for us, and obviously that hasn't worked out. But again, hey, we made up for it because we drafted Quentin Grimes and we drafted McBride and Emmanuel Quickly and just Obi Toppin, who's looking like a star right now. I mean, oh my god, I'm so excited for the next man. I can't wait for the games, man. I miss the Knicks so much. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.